Hi, here's where I show you the final product from what I built, and I'm using KVM again to boot from the ISO that I created. But in KVM, for some reason, the best resolution it can do by default when it starts up is 800 by 600, and I wanted to do a little better than that so I can do a hard drive install and show you what that looks like too. So I'm going to hit Tab, and I'm going to edit that. I don't know if you can see that very well or not. But I'm going to strip off Quiet and RHGB and put in 3 for run level 3. So it's going to boot up in run level 3. I'm going to log in as root, and from the live CD, root doesn't have a password. I'm going to run the system system config display the reconfig flag. So I picked a monitor that can do better than what I want, and then I'm going to set it to 1024 by 768. And it wrote out a config file. And I'm going to change to run level 5. Now the GDM or the GNOME display manager doesn't let you pick your session value until you pick a user, but if I pick this user, that user doesn't have a password and it just would automatically log in to the default desktop, which I believe is GNOME. So I'm going to pick other, and at that point then it lets me change sessions. And I just want to show you, here's all of the desktop environments that I have installed in my virtual, in my custom build of Fedora 10. So I'm going to pick KDE, and I'm going to say live user. And this kind of shows you how it varies. If you've seen the Fedora 10 live CD for KDE, it has the Fedora logo there, but the generic package strips out most of the Fedora logos, including the KDE startup stuff. So, but you can see that it still has the solar background and uses a lot of their artwork still. And there's still traces of Fedora here and there in various packages. Like if we open up Firefox, it'll have the default Fedora page and that sort of thing. But once it gets booted up, I'm going to do install the hard drive. And in this virtual machine, I've got a fresh hard drive that hasn't even been partitioned yet, so you'll get to see the full experience. Okay. And KD4 is done booting. Okay, that's nice. I have a network connection. Alright, you can see a lot of the Fedora artwork has been stripped out, or comments, but you can see that it says Red Hat, copyright Red Hat. I'm going to call this non-tenable Linux. Pick Denver. Oops. Yep, that's expected. I like to have a simple partitioning scheme. So I'm just going to make a swap space of twice as much memory. Forced to be primary. Swap. That's good. I'll edit this and call this Montana Linux. And this will show you how fast the installed hard drive is. Of course, I'm installing to a disk image in KVM, so it may be a little faster, maybe a little slower than the regular hard drive in a physical machine. I would think it would be slower, but who knows? We'll just let this progress so you can see how long it actually takes. If you've ever done an install from the Fedora Live Media or the DVD or whatever, you know that the graphical installer that's offered from the Live CD is very, very similar to that of the bare metal boot up install media. So they have a really nice install media. Now, if you do, say, the DVD that's not a Live CD and you do the bare metal install, there are lots of additional options, and maybe some here that I skipped, like I could make a separate home partition and make it encrypted. And if I already had, say, another operating system that was taking up the entire disk, I could resize that, make room, and it does a non-destructive resize for many file system types, including NTFS. I don't know if it works well on Vista or not, but I've used it on Windows XP boxes and have it resize, and it seemed to work fine without hurting Windows. Although the first time Windows boots up, it says the disk has changed and wants to do a check disk, but that's pretty normal, even with the commercial products like Partition Magic or the other ones. I've used another one, I can't think of the name of it right now. So you can see this isn't taking so long, considering that it's installing 10 different desktop environments, including GNOME and KDE, all the multimedia stuff, and the Flash plugin, and my build environment that I have, which is only a couple of small packages. But we'll just let this continue, and then we'll boot it up after it's installed so you can see the grub bootloader screen. Just to show you what's on the CD here. It's probably going to be slow because it's in the middle of installing, since I'm trying to take up some time. For multimedia applications, you can see there's quite a few there. Why don't I just cheat and change this to the classic menu style. Alright. So for Office software, you can see I've got OpenOffice, a lot of additional things. Krita, PDF Edit, K-Organizer, Project Manager, which is Planner. I don't have AbiWord and numeric install, I should probably add those. For multimedia software, you can get a better look here. I've got the GTK record my desktop, which I'm using to record this actually, and Rhythm Box, VLC, M player's on there somewhere. I don't know. There it is. K. I've got the K player interface for that. What else do we have under Internet? You can see I've got VNC, Firefox, quite a few of the IRC programs, and Pigeon, and what else? I thought it said CMonkey. So there's quite a bit of stuff on here, and there's the education stuff, which is from the KDE EDU packages, and there's a lot of software there. So this CD has quite a bit actually, and I put quite a few utilities in there too. Alright, so you got a good idea. Seems like it's taken a few minutes here, but it's really fast compared to a package by package install method. Considering it's installing several gigabytes worth of software. We'll boot it up and see how full the hard drive is. Post install always says this may take several minutes, but it usually only takes a few seconds. Installing bootloader, and it's all done. So that's as long as it took to install. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down this virtual machine and then boot up from the hard drive. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this and come back. Have to reconfigure KVM a little bit so it doesn't boot from the CD-ROM. Okay, it's booting up now. We bypassed the grub screen, unfortunately, because it's got this graphical bootloader. I'm going to change that and boot it again. Also going to have to run that system config display to get the resolution I want. I'm going to run system switch display manager to change it to be the KDE display manager. But I need to boot up for the first time and go through the first boot to get it all set up. Mouse and KVM can act up a little bit sometimes. Come on. actually 9:51. I'm going to skip sending a profile. Now, if you hit the space bar right as it's booting, you can get to the grub bootloader. They've got like a wait time of 0. So, as soon as it... somehow I missed it. Maybe my keyboard wasn't focused on the KVM window or something, but anyway. We'll get there. Sorry for the length of this video and the boring booting multiple times. Okay. There we go. There's a little glitch in the display here, which is not too common in KVM, but it can happen, especially when you're recording. Alrighty, you can see how the CD or the DVD got labeled. Okay. We're gonna cheat here. System tools, accessories. Where is the darn... Where is the darn... Wow, there we go. Take that, KVM. Okay, system, switch, display manager, KDE. Okay, it's actually called KDM, but the syntax the program wants is which desktop environment you want. And you saw me use this a minute ago. System, config, display, reconfig. Usually I don't have all this tearing and distorted video. I think it's a byproduct of recording this. Okay. So now you'll get to see the KDM and the resolution as desired. Notice the install a hard drive icon got removed as part of the post install. And It also got rid of those customizations that were in the menu and went with the stock setup. So anyway, let's look and see how much software we have, or how much disk space is being used. There we go. I'll add that to my favorites, but there we go. 4.7 gigs of software. Nice. Well, that's all I wanted to show you. Sorry it took so long. Thanks for watching.